Yeah, so here we are. We've got our picture right here. So it is it is quite a great picture. It is flat. We don't have too much contrast in the colors. We have a bad type of uh, temperature set right here. So what I will do is to just decrease the exposure first of all. So you can clearly see that it's affecting all of the picture. It is adding it is just decreasing the light. It is decreasing the light, and if I increase this exposure tool, it make the light make everything so white. So let's double click on this and it will be a reset. So now I will show you that how the blacks actually affect this image. So we have got some blacks right here. So you can see there these areas are black. Okay, like under his foot right here, these areas are blacks. So if we pull down the blacks, it will affect everything, like the shadow as well right here on the beach and under his foot, and like if you see the black areas right here and this boy's hair, the eyes you can see there is totally black. So I'll just show you how this will affect it. So I will pull down the blacks and you can see that it's affecting the black parts more, like those parts which are more toward the black. So like it has more shadow, it has more black, it's affecting only those parts. Then we have whites. So it is actually the opposite of blacks, as the black was affecting the black tones or the shadows. It will affect mostly the light. And for example, we have a very bright light right here in the sea. So yeah, we can clearly see that there is no details in it. And right here on the shirt, on this part of the shirt, where on this part of the shirt we have got that as well. And right here on his shirt as well, we can see the bright parts. So I'll just show you how the white will affect it. So as you can see, if you increase it, it increases the light in that part, and it increases everything which is a bit brighter but not that much. Okay, so the next tool we've got is the shadows. As I told you that it will which are the shadows part first of all. So right here on the neck of this little girl, these parts are called the shadows, where there are shadows. Okay, and this part on her foot right here, and on the beach as well, there are many shadows. So it will affect most like so this will affect these parts. And if we want to increase the light in the shadows, we will just pull the shadow lever up, and you can see that it is making the shadows right here. Like, look at this shadow right here. Okay, this shadow, it is dark, and if I increase the shadows, it will pop it up, like it will add some brightness to that shadow and also to the rest of the picture as well. And I will do that once, and I will show you how to manage that as well. So first of all, I will just tell each and everything about these tools on a real picture, and then I will one by one set them for you so you can get an idea how to set them. So the next one is the highlights. So it is actually it resembles with the white tool right here, but the white tool actually works for those areas which are really white, but the highlight works for these areas as well. If we can see on in this picture, like this area, this is the highlights. Okay, and here on her arm, this is the highlights. And if we go here on his white shirt, these are the highlights. So it will affect most these parts, and it will also affect the rest of the image as well. So if I increase the highlights, you can clearly see that it is affecting those white parts. Here it makes it a more white, and here it makes it a more darker one. So the next tool we've got is the contrast. As I told you that it adds a black to the shades, and it adds a white to the brighter part of the images. So if I increase it, it will add black to the shades, and it will increase light in the brighter parts. So our picture will get most of its contrast right here. And if I decrease it, you can clearly see that the image is going too flat, right? I can see the details in his hair and on the brighter parts as well. Like you can see that on the shirt right here. So you can see the details on the shirt as well. And after that, if I increase the contrast, you can see that now there is no details on in the black part of this image, like in his on his hair. And here we have more light on the highlight parts, like the white parts of the image. So that was it, and now I will show you how you can just adjust each and everything according to your will. So now we have got this picture. I will just centralize it, and after that, first of all, I think I would make changes to the temperature. So as you can see there, here we haven't talked about this tool yet. So temperature, it actually, if you decrease it toward the blue area, it will add blue to the picture, and if you add it toward the yellow, the golden, or the warmer area, it will add warm to the picture. So I will double click on that and reset it, and here is the tint. It will add a green or a purple according to the picture. So you can set this on your will as well. If you think that there is more warmth in this picture, you can just drag it a little bit toward the blue area, and wherever you think is that it is the natural tone of the colors right here, so you can just leave it there anyway. So but I'll prefer that you let the computer decide about it. So I've got the color pick right here, okay, and you can press I as well on the keyboard, so that is the shortcut for that. I'll just click it, and I will just try to find a white type of area right here somewhere, and I think the white area on this little boy's shirt right here will be great, because it has a bit of detail as well, and it has a direct light on it. So I will press this again, this tool, and I will just click on that, and boom, here it is. Our temperature has been fully corrected. Okay, so the next thing what I will do is to just add some blacks, and how much the black will be okay. So you can drag the black toward the dark side, the dark part, and I think, and you can see that on the histogram as well. So here is like the light right here, so we have to just take this area, and we will just touch it with the corner right here. It is actually the black, so I will just drag that black tool down, and you see that it is touching the corner right here. So this will be the perfect place, like -27 will be the perfect place for the blacks. So if we can see that our blacks are now looking more attractive, that's great. So here we are again on the whites, as it was with the blacks on the histogram, it is the same for the whites as well. So here is the black area, and here is the white, as it says on the histogram right here. This is white, this is highlight, this is exposure, this is shadows, and this is black. So we have adjusted our black, and let's adjust the white. We see that the white is already touching the corner. No, it's not, because we can see that there is a little gap right here. So what we will do is to just fill it, and in the meantime you can also see the picture right here, like how is it affecting it. So I think that it is affecting it too much, so it will be okay if we'll leave it somewhere right here, 3 or 4. I think 4 will be good. Okay, so after that we have our shadow. So shadows are mostly these parts of the image, so you can just bring the shadow down to see where you think that it is okay, because it is in a harsh sunlight. If we decrease the shadow, it will add more black to the shadows. So I think that to make it look more attractive, I will give it a kind of flat look, so I'll increase the shadows in this case. So I'll increase it somewhere around here, and I see that in the shadows right here, you can see in his arm, I have got the shadows a bit highlighted, so we can see the details in it. So this is it, and after that the highlights, I will, because I have more light in this picture, I will just decrease the highlights here. and it totally depends on the lighting of your picture, how your picture is exposed. So I will just decrease the light somewhere around here, somewhere around 6, 7 or 8, right here. This is good. So the next thing we've got is contrast. We already have got a contrast. So if you think that if you still want a bit of a contrast, you can add that from here as well. So this is good right here. So now if we see our histogram right here, it is showing that it has more light and the lighting is not that good, because it needs to be like a mountain. Like it will be like a mountain if you have the perfect lighting for this. So what I will do is, first of all, we have to just take this part of the histogram right in the middle. So I will just take it somewhere around here. Yep. So this is great. I think that it is yeah, the image has gone a bit darker, but we can set that as well. So here we will set the shadow and the highlights again. So we can clearly see that we have no details in the black part of the images. So I will simply just increase the shadow, and voila, we have got our details in the black parts of the image, and we've got the highlights a bit darkened. So we will just lighten it up, and I will increase the highlights as well. So here it is, and I think that it is quite good right here, because the histogram, it was in the whites, and now it is somewhere in the highlights, so which is good. So I think that this light is good for our picture. This is just the basic lighting. So and after that, how to color grade that I will teach you in the next class.